Previously on the channel, we left this video just moments before starting the painting process. So right now, I'm continuing with the gunmetal paint on the shoulder pads. And I want to tell you that I saw the Hot Toys version of this character, and that figure didn't have paint on these parts. But it was weird to me that the previous version of this Black Series figure did have gunmetal paint on the shoulder pads. So since I don't want to have two kind of different versions of the same character because it's supposed to be exactly the same suit, I am painting this one. I'm sorry for the accuracy, but I prefer consistency. And I apply not one nor two, but 3 layers of this paint, letting the previous layer dry completely before putting the next. What do you think? It looks really good. It's almost the same exact tone as the one that the factory put on him. I'm putting this guy over here, and I want to compare the two heads. The one on the left is obviously the Target exclusive version, and the right one is the previous Obi-Wan Kenobi version. Now what baffles me is that they forgot to paint the gunmetal color on this piece and the small parts on the cheeks. Remember that the paint was originally designed so the audience can differentiate the pieces of the helmet. So Darth Vader could kind of have this robotic face, but without the paint, it's just a black mass of a mask. Maybe they designed it this way so the detail that can be more important would be Anakin's face. But consistency is first, and now this one has almost the same color, and I can differentiate the parts just as the designers painted him on the original trilogy. Now I paint the small details here in the mouth and the nose. And a bit of silver tone here on the torn edges of the mask. I saw a couple of costumes of this character online showing a bit of fire effect with yellow, orange, and red paint. And I admire other artists doing their thing. But personally, I don't like fire effects with paint. I prefer translucent plastics for those. So this time I am only doing the effect of the metal being torn by the lightsaber. What do you think about my idea? I have to be really careful not to touch Anakin's face. It would be a nightmare to take off that paint. That is why I am not applying dry brush here. I'm just doing small touches here and there, inside and outside. Here it is. It looks great already. Now the silver pieces. The paint that I use is always more reflective than the one that Hasbro or any other company puts. You can see already the effect is way brighter and therefore more realistic. Now the chest piece, and I'm doing exactly the same that I did with the mask. I'm putting silver paint on the edges. And after that, I will put a metallic orange paint to simulate that the pieces are rusted. And here we go. Just a couple of spots and distinctively. It looks just like he did on the series. Now a bit of this tone here on the mask. I'm not covering the silver paint. I'm just adding a small edge next to it.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment.
The secret is not being tough with these details. For more realism, I'm staining the edges of the cape with this ochre rebel paint. Once I paint it, it won't come off ever again. If you want any commission work, please contact us on Instagram as customtoys_EC. I know it was quite a while, but the fabric was absorbing the paint a lot. Now here on the tunic. A bit of dust here on his boots. And a bit more on the cut of the cape. I think I went too far on the edges. I'm not sure about this. Let's compare the first version with the new one. I also put a bit more of weathering on the belt. By the way, something that I noticed is that the head of the first version is a bit smaller than the second version, maybe for all the Anakin's head thing. I also noticed that the whole upper torso, the arms and even the forearms are new, so this version is not just a repaint or whatever. I'm gonna show you something really funny. I completely regretted not making a new cape and tunic, and now as you can see I have changed the tunic with the new fabric, and I also made a new cape with that same new fabric, and it's a way better and darker type of black fabric because I never liked the bluish type of tone that the original cape and tunic had, and it's exactly the same that I used for the previous version. It's thicker, it's stiffer, and it's not translucent. Believe me, putting this tunic was really hard, but it was all worth it. I replicated the weathering effect on the edge of the cape as well. And this is a surprise for you. I replicated the same cut and painted it with the same ochre paint. But to keep it together, I had to sew a couple of stitches on the borders and foldings so the cape didn't fall apart. And it's painted on the back and the tunic. And his back too. Not as simple as before. Now it has the wound painted. There's Anakin's skin showing off. Do you like this? Now I think and I feel my Darth Vader is finally completed. And now, a small comparison between the new version and the previous version. Which one is your favorite? Keep in mind that the new one has a new upper torso, with the wound sculpted and the chest piece with a cut of Obi-Wan's lightsaber. Now take a closer look to the changes. The one on the right is the custom. What do you think about this process? Did you like this version of the character from Obi-Wan Kenobi series? I personally think it was great to see Hayden Christensen come back to his role as Darth Vader. I think it was a great, not only continuation, but closure to his appearance in Star Wars. I really loved him since the beginning when the prequels came out, so I have been a fan ever since, and I was obviously going to get this figure no matter what. I love this custom process, and everything that I could do to this character that I didn't think it was possible. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so YouTube can notify you when we upload more videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.